What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Spin Tires taking a look at the Hummer H1 6x6. Now, I know I've done an H3 6x6, but this actually was just released on spintires.nl, and I'll link to the description box, I'll put a link in the description box below to where you guys can check this thing out and download it and use it in your own game of Spin Tires. But the cool thing about this truck is that the fact that you can run with or without the doors, and with or without this thing called the quote-unquote Raptor package. And the doors, pretty self-explanatory. You can have them on or off. I actually prefer the doors off. And then the Raptor package basically adds front lights, a bunch of lights on top. It adds a roof rack, and it adds 2 spare tires in the back. Now, do all these lights work? No. They're on all the time, basically. But it's still a really cool-looking package. My favorite configuration is the Raptor package with no doors. I think it looks absolutely badass. But the nice thing about this truck is the fact that it's so durable, and it's so easy to just throw it around and not worry about it, that we're going to do a no damage challenge. I know it's been a long time since we've done one, but I feel like this truck definitely warrants a no damage challenge. And if we damage it in the next like 10 seconds, I'm going to look like such an idiot for saying that. But I think the cool thing about this truck is the fact that it's a lot more it's a lot more tank-like than the H3 6x6 was. The H3 6x6 was really just kind of big and bulky, in my opinion. I mean, it worked well for what it did, but this is a lot more tank-like. It crawls over stuff rather than what the H3 6x6 did, which was, well, first of all, not get stuck on logs. But the H3 6x6 kind of bombarded its way. Bombarded its way over everything. Whereas this, like I said before, this kind of crawls over everything. It's more tank-like. And you know what? Those horrible unmovable logs, which, I mean, I don't know, I don't get how Spin Tires is like, they put these fallen trees there, and then they're like, oh, and we're gonna make it so they do not move, like, at all. They move, like, at the most, like, maybe an inch or so. And I think it's kind of weird, because that's not the normal behavior of that, you know, fallen trees, but I guess Spin Tires logic. And then when you put it in high, it really tries to climb, and then eventually you make it, and it's not a no damage challenge anymore because we just high centered it. And you know what? Since that's one damage point and the line we took was really, really crappy, I'm going to say it's okay to restart and still say no damage challenge. But, I mean, I know there's going to be probably a bunch of people that are going to completely disagree with me on that and going to be like, no! You can't call it a no damage challenge, you got one damage point. But you know what? It's all good. I'm okay with that. It's all good. Now, I do have a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of footage, but some footage from Caffeine and Octane, and I will be releasing that footage in certain videos over the next few days. And as far as that goes, I'm extremely, I was extremely overwhelmed, actually, with the amount of subscribers that actually came out and said hi to me, checked out the car, and it was incredibly awesome. It really, really was. I was able to take pictures with some of you guys. There's one of the pictures up on Instagram, actually, if you guys want to check that one out. But yeah, it was awesome getting to meet you guys. Those of you that came out to Caffeine and Octane in Atlanta, it was actually really incredible. Now, I do want to arrange some meetups in some other areas eventually. It depends on where I'm going and what I'm going to, but I'll give you guys more information about that when I have certain plans for that. But if I'm going to any certain car events or maybe even gaming events, I'll definitely let you guys know. And back to a different topic real quick. The high gear in this thing is ridiculously fast. Like, it's quick. For what this thing is, it's really quick. If I turn the diff lock off, oh god, there it is. That thing is, when you turn the diff lock off and it knows that you really want high gear, it will actually kick the back end out, which is what happened to me there, and I wasn't ready for it because it goes off that hill. And, I mean, auto, you'll get some decent speed out of, but if you want some speed out of this thing, you gotta throw it into high. And it really just cruises. It's got a nice pace to it, and I feel like, again, this is one of those kind of like adventuring / exploration type vehicles where it really doesn't matter where you take it. It's just all you have to think about is not like, can I get there? It's how quickly can I? It's like how quickly or you know, whatever, how quickly can I get there? Not am I able to? Because like you not being able to get there is really not a question with this thing, unless you offer up some kind of stupid challenge, which is like climb straight up a I don't know, the mountain in the middle of the volcano map, which I'm actually on right now. But I really like this map. I really like Volcano. It's kind of a good mix of mudding and trails and just, you know, the sheer mountains that you get. Or at least, well, more like the one... Well, there's more than one mountain, but the actual volcano mountain is the one that everybody really knows on this map. I actually didn't even know there was a cloaking point over there. I'm going to go get it, and then we're going to probably... I'll probably actually head over towards the mountain and see if we can get some climbing in with this thing, because while it does really well over rocks, it's good at climbing. It's not the best, but it's a good all-rounder. That's the biggest thing I can say about this thing. It's a good all-rounder. And it's actually really good because that's not the main mountain area, but it's good enough to be able to show you guys what I mean. Now, if we can get right up there, come on. Ooh, there we go. Now, also, the next Forza Horizon 2 DLC, I'll be bringing you guys a ton of coverage of that. I know I haven't done any Forza Horizon 2 in a little bit of a while, and the reason for that is because nothing new has really been out for Forza Horizon 2 in a while, but the new DLC, I will be definitely covering that. And also, Project Cars is just around the corner, which I will also be giving you guys coverage on. I'm quite excited for that game because I feel like it's going to be... It may end up being an actual challenger for Forza, and... Oh, no way. I saw the truck starting to high center, and I was like, please do not. Oh, wow, 3 damage. Okay. You know what? This is a terrible no damage challenge because I'm gonna go ahead and call this no damage challenge kind of a fail, but because we got one damage point out of 2,200, now we got 3 out of 2,200. I mean, it's almost no damage, but at the same time, it's not. And if it's legitimately, like, you know, if it's legitimately damage, then I hate to call it a no damage challenge, but I'll probably put no damage challenge ... fail or something, because I feel like that would be the best course of action with this truck. Now, I want to cover more maps and spin tires, but the thing about covering maps is that some of them are still being made for the old legacy version, and some of them aren't. And when you install a map and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna play this map, you know, it looks great, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it, and then you realize, ow, that really, really hurt, as you can plainly see. But I'm gonna go ahead and rescue again, and there we go. And you know what though? The thing about the installing maps is a lot of times people won't tell you on the download pages what's for legacy and what's not. And you'll install it, and it'll just be like, oh, incompatible game version, and then you change it to legacy, and sometimes it'll also say incompatible game version, and you're like, what the hell? What gameplay version is, or what game version is this? And it's actually the in-between version, which is really weird, and I don't know why people make maps for that version, but I don't know. We'll see. It's something to figure out with a lot of these maps, and I kind of have to just put a lot of time in with the maps and figure it out. I'm also reinstalling GTA 5 on PC because I had a lot of issues with that game just not running very well at all. I was enjoying it, but it just didn't want to run right. It really did not want to run right. It started to skip and started to jump frames, and it was fine for the first, like, you know, couple weeks of playing it or so, and then, you know, just recently all of a sudden it just stopped. It just stopped being it just stopped performing the way it had been performing. It was weird. And I'm actually really surprised we were able to get up that hill. That was actually really quick. Especially for what this is. Is it gonna die? Yeah, it's gonna die. No, it's not! Power! Wow! Not gonna lie, I'm really impressed. But if you guys want to check this thing out, there'll be a link to download it in the description box below. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.